Hey guys, so welcome back to I Plan to Create. This is Debbie, and I am going to be doing an applique on my my PE800 embroidery machine. This is not the first project I've tried. I tried one before and I failed miserably, and that's okay because I'm new to this and I just got my machine a couple of weeks ago, and I needed a few more things before I can actually get started, and so I figured I would make a video now that I do have everything that I need. So I'm gonna be stitching out this applique here that I bought from Etsy, and I'll tell you, I'll list the seller down below, but I purchased 3 designs from him, and I'll show you here on my phone. Let me take off the charger because it's about to die. Here's my phone. So I purchased that one, my first Thanksgiving, my first Halloween, which is the one that I'm gonna do now, and then my first Christmas. And these are gonna be for my grandson. He is 6 months and he's gonna be experiencing these things. Well, not really, because he's a baby. He's not gonna remember, but in the year 2020 of all years. So I bought those 3, and I plan on making this one today. For the other ones, I actually have the fabric for the Christmas one, but for Thanksgiving I need to get some brown fabric, some tan and some brown, and then I also need orange. I need a solid orange, and I haven't been able to find it in the stores, I guess because it's Halloween time. But anyway, so because I couldn't find a solid orange, I'm going to be using these fabrics that I had in my stash. This little square here, what I bought a long time ago in a pack of a whole bunch of them, different colors. So this one is perfect. I thought I would use this for the pumpkin face here. Then this green one that I got from Walmart, I can use for the stem of the pumpkin. I hope that's what it's called. And then for the number 1, I'm going to use this Halloween fabric that I found at Dollar Tree, and I've been hoarding it for a little while now because I was planning on doing something with that, and so now is the time to use it. So I think I'm ready. I have my heat and bond, I have my steps, I have my onesie. It's a 3 to 6 months. I don't know why my voice went so high but it's a, what is it, a 6 to 9 months, excuse me. My grandson is 6 to 9 months. My scissors here, and then of course my embroidery machine that's behind me. The computer, I have it open up so I can see the design, and so I can know when I'm supposed to put down the applique and all that. This is the first time I'm gonna do applique. Let me just show you what I have done, which is not much. Like I said, I did a onesie for my grandson and it didn't stitch out right, but I made this pillow for him. I just put the name, his name, Elijah, on it, and I made up a pillow. This is some fabric that I had left over from a blanket that I had made for him, so I figured I will make him a pillow to go with it. Anyway, let's go to the machine. Alright, so I cut down my fabric and the heat and bond to the size that I needed, which is a little smaller than what the fabric is, because you don't want this to heat outside of the fabric, because this could mess up your ironing area or your iron. So what you're gonna do is, it has 2 sides to it. There's the smooth side, and then this is the, where's the camera? Oh, right here. And then this is the sticky side. So the sticky side, you want to put it down on the fabric like that. And then what I have is my mini press here, and that's what I'm going to be using to press this down, so on the wrong side of the fabric as well. So I'm just going to press it till I know that it's adhered to the fabric, which I think it is. Now move on to the next one, do the same. Okay, and then the last piece, which is the orange, make sure that it's inside of the fabric area. All right, that should be good enough. This one should be cooled down enough to peel, and you just peel that part off and you can see the shiny part there. That's what you're gonna put down on the shirt. Here's the little one. Again, there goes the shiny part, and then the orange one. And that's how you put the heat and bond on the fabric. All right, guys, bear with me because my filming skills are not so great right now because the way I have my camera set up. But I just wanted to show you guys how to get your shirt ready to float on your hoop. So first of all, you need your hoop. I have my 5x7 here. This is the hoop that came with the PE800. I don't know why I can't say that. And then I have here some stabilizer. This is cutaway, and you have to place this on the hoop and then put this part on top. Okay, and you have to make sure that it's aligned. So what you need to do is take each corner like this, hold this corner down here, and then the one on the top, so you can get it in place. Make sure that it's in place, and then you keep going that way until you have the hoop how it needs to be. So I like to keep it on a flat surface, like right here on my table, and if you see that it's not going in, just unloosen it right here. Let me unloosen that a little bit right there, and it should go in. There we go. So it went in. So we gotta make sure that it's in, and then we pull on our stabilizer. I've been watching a lot of videos, guys. We pull on our stabilizer, make sure that it's steady in the hoop. Okay, and then we're gonna do what they call the drum test. If you don't hear that, it's not sturdy enough. And then we're gonna tighten, make sure that it's tight so it doesn't come apart. I saw this other lady, I saw this video, and she put, you know, the clips that we use to hold on our junk journals and stuff like that, the paper clips, I don't know what they call, the clamps. She added some to keep this from opening, because sometimes that could happen while the machine is going and your project will mess up. So she put clips here and wherever she could to make sure that this wouldn't fall apart. I don't have the clips with me right now. I don't even know where I put them at because I've been cleaning my craft area to make room for new things. But anyway, so I like the sound of that. I put it tight. Oh, another thing that I saw which was cool, the pencil grips, cut it in half and put it here on this part here, because this hurts when you trying to adjust it, like loosen it and tighten it. It hurts your fingers, and I thought that's a clever idea, and I have some. I have to find them as well so I can put it here. But anyway, so there, we have that ready. The next thing you need is some of this basting adhesive. This is by Spray and Bond, which is the same as the heat and bond that we used. It's the same brand, and this is so we can float the shirt or the onesie on the hoop on here on the stabilizer. So we have to spray this area here so the shirt can stick down. But before we do that, let me just show you. Here I have my shirt, and I have it inside out. So you need to put it inside out first, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take it and you're gonna fold it in half, right? Let me straighten it out first, so before I fold it in half. Straighten it like that, so we can find our middle. So we fold it in half, boom, and we're gonna iron a crease so we know where our center is. Make sure that it's properly folded in half, because you don't want your design to come out crooked. So here we go. I think that's good. And I'm gonna take make sure that there's no bumps here. there's some bumps in the shirt, or the onesie, whatever you want to call it. So there, it's folded in half, and I'm going to take my Easy Press and I'm just going to give it a crease. Make sure you crease it. I am back and forth from my bedroom to the kitchen because my son is in school right now. I gotta make sure that he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. So there you go. I'm gonna iron it a little bit here so that we should have a crease. When we open it up, you're gonna see a crease. I don't know if it's visible on the camera, but we're gonna turn it around like this. You know, keep it folded like that with the back side like that. So you fold it in like that. The back side should be showing. Then you take your, I move this because I don't want to get that spray on it. And I'm not working with a lot of space here, but I'm gonna spray this here, this area here, the whole thing. And I'm gonna do it away from my machine. I'm gonna put it towards the floor, so you're not gonna see what I'm doing, but I'm just gonna spray the whole thing. Just enough that should hold the shirt in place. And another thing that people do is they do crosshairs, which they make a line. They take this here, which I should have did before I sprayed it down, but that comes with the machine to get your material right in the middle. But I think I can do it because there's guides on it as well, so you can see. Let me see. Does it have guides? I'm not even sure. Well, the guides are here. The hoop goes in the machine this way. So you gotta line it up in the middle. I think I should have did that first. You see? That's where the mistakes happen. But maybe I can still do it. Let me try. Let me get a pencil. This is one of those fabric pencils. So you don't have to worry about it staining your shirt. But I'm gonna put this in here. Oh, it still has the plastic, so I should be okay. And just put it inside the hoop. Next time I remember not to spray before I do this. So you get it inside the hoop there. It's there evenly. And you take your pencil, and in these holes that it has a whole bunch of little holes. You're just gonna mark it. And that is gonna help you find your middle. So there, I did that. Now I'm gonna move this out. So as you can see, I had to walk away for a minute because one of my kids was yelling my name. There's something here that I need to take off. Oh, that's part of the pencil. All right. So now what you need to do I have a ruler? I don't even know. Maybe I can just, no, this is not straight. I thought I had a ruler here. So I'm just going to take something that's straight edge and I'm going to make a line from there to here. So I can know where my middle is. So I just go like that and then turn it around and do the same thing. And another line here. So that's what they call a crosshair. I don't know if you can see that. But that gives you a guide to where you're supposed to be putting your shirt. So I'm gonna go ahead and line it up. And what you wanna do is take it from point to point and just put it on those points like that. Make sure that it's straight, and then you smooth it down so it can adhere to that stabilizer. As you can see that. Oops. And then you're gonna open it up and then smooth out the other side. All right, see, this is wrong. I wasn't supposed to put it that way. I'm glad that you get to see that. So let's do it again. I'm supposed to fold it with the right side like this in. So that's the way it's supposed to be folded, because then I would have been embroidering the back of the shirt instead of the front of the shirt. So I'm gonna try that again. Just give me 1 second. We're learning together, which is okay. So let me just iron it a little bit again. That's what I'm doing. You can't see me, but I'm just making that crease again so I can see it. All right, there you go. Now I'm gonna try this one more time. I'm gonna move my thing like this. Now I'm gonna make sure that it's aligned properly in the middle. All right, there we go. Smooth it out, and then we do the other side like that. I'm gonna show you why I was wrong in what I did. Just make sure that it has enough heat and bond to stick down. I think I need a little bit more on this corner here. I'm just gonna add a little bit so the shirt doesn't move. Let me see the top. Let me spray more on the top. Move it away from my machine. Okay. There. Smooth it out. And now it should be good. So you can see it's on there. Because once we put it on the machine, we have to float this up. This part of the shirt, we have to move it out of the way. Like so. So it could embroider inside here, which is the front of the shirt. All right, now let's get it inside the machine, or let's put it on the machine, I should say. All right, so here's my machine. I am going to, it's turned on. I'm just gonna hook my thing here. There, that click makes you know that it's secured safely. And then what I was talking about is this part of the shirt, you have to move it out of the way. So I'm gonna open up my shirt, and it's gonna embroider right inside that space. So now we gotta get our threads and all that. Let me just show you real quick. I'm gonna get my design open. So I already have my USB on here, and the design is already loaded into my USB, and I loaded it straight from the file that I got. It shows you the different files it has. I'm doing a PES file, 5x7 size. So it's already ready for you to put it on the machine and get it done. So this is a ready to make applique. So I'm gonna touch here, and this is the one that I want. And then I'm gonna go set, and it's there on my screen. I'm gonna say, let's see what I gotta do. I don't have to move it or anything like that. I think it's in the right spot. Or maybe I should move it up a little bit. So if you want to move it, just press on move and move it up. You don't want it to down. So let's see if that's okay. So we're gonna press OK, edit, and then when we press embroidery, we want to adjust our tension, and I want to put it down to 2.8 or 2.6. 2.8 should be fine. I'm going to press OK, and it's ready. It's going to tell you all the colors you need, the minutes that it's going to take. This is going to take me a total of 27 minutes. It's going to stop in between every time I need to change the thread and I need to put down the fabric. Alright, so from what I gather, it's going to do 4 minutes of this purple color, and it's going to do the purple letters first, and then it's going to do the outline. I don't know the right terminology, but the outline is to where you're going to place your fabric. Those are the first 3 steps. I mean, first 2 steps I think it's going to do. So everything that's in purple, like the ST, the M, the H, the L, and the E is going to go first, and then the number 1 outline. So let's see. Let's put in the purple thread. So I don't know if you can see because it's so dark in here in my bedroom, but I have my purple thread. I'm gonna load it onto my thread stand, and then I'm gonna put it on top. I don't know if you can see that, the top of it on this part. Oops, that part right there. And then I'll get it on the machine. So go through 1, 2, 3, and then back up. Oops, the camera's in the way. 3, and then back up. You get it hooked on number 4, and then you bring it back down. Oh, this is not gonna be easy with this camera. I'm sorry guys, I'm trying. And then we're gonna put on number 6 down here. I'll do a separate video on how to thread your machine, but then under here, number 7, and then you cut it off there on number 7, and it's a self threader. So with this, you have to, it didn't do it, but you just click on that. Let me do it again and make sure. Sometimes you gotta bring down the needle, but when you can click on that, let me put you down. I'm gonna click on it. Giving me a hard time. Let me do it again. There, and it threaded the needle. So you take the end of the thread. It's hard sometimes. So you take this thread and you put it through that little hole right there. I'm trying to get around the camera. There you go. So it's in there. Okay. So you gotta make sure that before you press start, that you move the shirt out of the way. Okay. So I'm gonna put my footer down, which is behind here. Just clip it down. As you can see, that turned green. That means you can go. Before I press go, I want to make sure that I move out of the way with my shirt, and I'm gonna, with my thumb, I'm just gonna press go. I'm gonna stop it real quick. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice for some reason. Let me grab my little scissors here, my applique scissors. I don't know if I can grab it now, but it's not. Let me move this up. But that little thread, I want to cut it off. So I'm just going to take these scissors, because they're small enough to fit, and just cut that off, so it don't be in the way. There it is right there. There, got it. And then I'm going to put my footer down again, and I'm going to press go. Alright, so it stitched out all the purple letters except for the my part. I guess that comes later. But it did the outline for the 1. This is where we're going to lay our fabric. So I'm going to take this off the machine, the hoop. I'm going to take it off the machine so I could cut these cross stitches here that you see. I'm going to cut those off, and then we can lay the fabric down. Alright, so I cut those threads off, and now I'm going to lay down my fabric. And you got to make sure that you lay it right on top of where that 1 is going to stitch out. So I'm going to put it right over it. And then what do you want to show on your, so let's see, maybe I could move this, making sure that it's on all of it. Yeah, up there. I think that should be good enough, like that. And let me see down here. Just gonna do a little bit because the 1 is kind of small, so you're not really gonna see that orange thing there. That's fine. So I have it ready, and I'm gonna press the foot down. And now I'm gonna press, remember to keep this shirt out of the way because it will mess up your project. I'll press start now. And I didn't change the thread, I'm gonna leave it at purple. my presser foot back up. Do I want to change my thread now? No, it stays at purple, so I'm not gonna cut the thread. The machine already cut it, right? Yeah, so that's fine. So what I want to do is take this out of the machine so we can cut the axis fabric. And I'm gonna pull it out this way because it's bulky. I'm gonna move the machine so I can get this on my table so you can see it right there. Sorry for the darkness. Let me see if I move this light there a little bit. And I'm just gonna take my applique scissors. My battery's about to die. I gotta change it, but I'm just gonna cut the axis fabric as close as I can without messing up the shirt. You don't want to cut the shirt, right? So as close as possible. Here you go. Without cutting the stitches. So you make sure you don't cut the stitches. Turn it around. There we go. And just keep turning on it so you can be able to get in there. Gotta move this up. They make it look so simple. The professional people that've been doing it for years. But I'm a little nervous because I don't want to mess it up. Move that out the way. Okay. Hope you can see that. Oh, I'm not even on camera. It's okay. I'm just cutting away. There's still some more there. Trying to move this shirt out the way. I want to cut the shirt. Though that's what's bad about onesies, they're so small that you have to like really fidget with it. Alright, there, got it out the way. Turn it around and keep going until you have it all off. Have a little bit more left. See if I can get a good job once I'm finished. I'll let you know. One more tiny piece and I'm done. And there we go. Have a little bit more here that I can actually cut. There. I don't want to cut the stitches. Trying to get there we go. So now all that's left is, hope you can see that. And now let's move on to the next step. Alright, so I'm going to put my presser foot down and I'm going to press the go to start, I should say. Alright, so you can see it did the outline for the orange. So I can now lay down my orange fabric right on top of there. I don't even have to take this out because it's ready. I just gotta make sure that I have it where I want it, which right there looks good. Just gonna tack that down. And I don't know if I should change, maybe I should change the thread. Right, since it's orange. I think I'm gonna do orange thread. And I have this bright orange here that I'm thinking of using. Either this orange or this lighter, maybe this lighter one. What do you think? I'm asking you like you can tell me. But let me see which one looks better. I think the brighter one looks better. So let me see. Well, it's supposed to be yellow outline. Let me see. Hold on. From the picture, okay. And the picture is orange, so I'm gonna do orange. So I'm gonna just show you real quick. I don't know if you can see that, where the thread is. But I'm gonna cut it from here. I'm gonna cut it right there, boom. And I'm gonna lift my presser foot. I lifted up my presser foot, and now the thread, I'm gonna pull it from down here. This is some great advice I got from a YouTuber, and I'll tell you who she is in a minute. I forgot her name. But I've been watching her, and she's a great teacher. Anyway, I'm gonna put in my orange thread here. And I'm gonna mount it on the top. Then I'm gonna go through the steps here. I'm gonna get it threaded. There we go. I'm gonna put it through that little hole. Let me turn the camera so you can see better. Okay, there we go. So there we go. Oops. Right there. Okay, make sure that my fabric is down right. You see what's the top of the right there. It's good. And then on this side, nope, I gotta pull it more this way. Right there. Make sure that my shirt is out of the way. Let me look on this side, lifting up the fabric. Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna put my presser foot down again, and I'm gonna press go. The excess fabric, so I'm going to put my presser foot up and move this out of the machine. Put it out this way. Here's my shirt. I'm going to move it out of the way, and I'm going to start cutting my fabric. You can see that without cutting the threads, as close as possible to the tack down stitch. That's what it's called. When it tacks down the fabric. I'm learning. And they say you shouldn't worry too much if you do cut the stitches, because remember, it's going to go over that again with the satin stitch, I think it's called. Yep, the satin stitch. Been watching a lot of YouTube videos from different people to see who I like the best, and so far I think her name is Carly Bell. There we go. I'm loving her way of teaching. She's very helpful. She answers all questions, just like Angela from Angela Jasmina. So those two I highly recommend if you're new to embroidery. Okay, there. I cut it all off. Oh, let me cut these jump stitches. That's what they call these. When it jumps to a different side of the material. And there. This little piece there I need to cut right there. There. Now we gotta put it back on the machine. I was shaking it off. Alright, so let me bring the machine back without dropping you guys. Let me move this to the side. Okay, I have limited space here. Here we go. And I'm gonna bring this in from the back. So make sure nothing is underneath it. The little shirt out the way. Alright, let's put the presser foot down. Get our shirt out of the way, make sure it's out of the way, and press start. Duty called and I had to step away, but as you can see, it did the satin stitch, and it also stitched out the orange letters and the little snowflake up there on the top. So I'm gonna take it off. So I'm gonna press the foot up. I'm gonna take it off so I could cut these jump stitches and then lay down the fabric.